Hi, in this video, we are actually going to take a look at how we are using the hooks that we have defined, and we are also going to cover how we are showing the data that we are fetching from Morales. Since this is focused morely on interacting with tokens, I will not be going that much details about the HTML and CSS parts. I will just go over them briefly so that you will have a more clearer understanding of what's going on and how are we doing this implementation. So I will start with closing the other ones, and I will start with the index. So this is the first page that we are going to see in our applications. And in here, we have the Connect wallet as well. So this Connect wallet is, as you can probably guess, is using this use authentication hook that we have defined in the previous videos. And in here, we have the handle connect. And when the Connect wallet button is clicked from the index page, when the user wants to actually connect to his or her wallet, we are going to call this handle connect from use authentication. Since this is a use authentication is a hook, this is how we are importing the exported function from that hook. And basically what we are doing is if the wallet is connected, we are showing some options. And in case it's not, we just show the connect wallet button because we don't want anyone who is not connecting the wallet to see the contents inside. And after the wallet connection is established, we have three options. So we can go to the balances page, the meeting page, or the fan tokens page. Let's start with balances actually. Inside here, we have a token card component. This token card is actually getting a token object and just rendering a simple card based on the token values such as symbol, balance, the address, and if it has a logo, it will just show the logo within an image tag. What I'm more interested in is that how we are actually getting the balances. As you remember from previous videos, we have created a useBalances hook, which isolates all the balance related logic inside of it. From there, we can just import token balances and message directly. So if we have a message, we know that something is going off because we don't have a message actually for everything is going successful. We are just setting the message if there is an error in fetching token balances. So in case there is an error, we just show that one. But in case we don't have it, we can be loading or we can have the token balances. In the loading state, we just have a div with loading token balances text. And in case the loading is finished, this is going to be updated since we are constantly connected with this hook. And when the loading is finished, we are going to see native balance, the token balances with a token card for each of them. So this native balance is going to be displayed as a text, but all the token balances, as you probably know, is displayed as a separate card. This was the first page actually, and it's a pretty simple page. After it's followed by a back to hub components, which is actually a very basic link. So this is a separate component just to avoid repeating all this going back to the hub logic. So from the index, we have checked out balances. We can also, let's take a look at meet. And inside of this meet, we are also using native balance for the time being. And we are actually checking for if the user is eligible or not by the amount of native tokens he or she has. So in case this native balance is a number and it's greater than 0. So it can be a none based if the user doesn't have any native balance. So that's why we need to have this check as well. But in case the wallet contains some native balance and it's a number greater than 0, wallet is going to be actually eligible for showing the content of the meeting. Since we are actually focusing on the token gating, we don't have a actual implementation of the meeting. We don't have like a camera integration or anything. We just have a countdown. Underneath, we are just showing that you are eligible or you're not eligible. So this logic can be extended to some other tokens that we can predefine. Yeah, this is basically how we are going to do the gating of hiding a content or displaying it based on number of tokens the user has. So the last option we have is fund tokens. And in here, we are actually getting all the token metadatas from the useTokenMetadata hook. We are displaying them on this page with separate cards for each of them. So in here we have this loading. If it's loading, we are just going to print out this, and if there's a message, we are going to print out like this. This is different from the balances. Just to show you another example of how we can do this. So this could have been an entirely different page, or this one saying that you don't have any balances, so you cannot enter, or there's an error fetching the token metadata. In case the user has, we are just getting them from our hook. We don't need to do anything more than this. So with this single line, we will get all the tokens. Then we are going to map each of them for a token card, which is a UI component basically, just showing the symbols, decimals, the token address, the token.logo, just like what we were showing with balances. But in here we have some more details, such as this possible scam boolean, or created that, which is a date. So we need to format it in the beginning, because some of them will be of type null and some of them will be like invalid dates. Then we also have the logo hash, and we have the verified collection as a Boolean value as well. So this is a kind of more extended version of the balance card that we have defined previously. And with that being said, only thing I want to show you is actually this app. So inside this app, we are actually providing a WAGMI config outer layer of our application, such as the context as well, so that all of the components inside that we are rendering, such as index, the fund tokens, the meet page, all of them will be able to access this WAGMI config and context provider. This makes them accessible throughout all of our applications. So this was like the first part of our integration of WAGMI. In case you don't add these two lines, you will have some problems accessing the values we are storing inside. And with that being said, I will not go into the styles page, since we are not going to be focusing on front end, as I mentioned. And this concludes our HTML CSS walkthrough actually. And I hope to see you in the next one.